Hello and welcome to episode 47 of the Barndoor restoration. Last episode I got the front floor welded in. This episode I got started restoring the B-pillar. A bit about this. So this is the cargo door side. So there's two cargo doors here. So the front cargo door hinges top bottom of this B-pillar. And in the front door there's a latch plate here, so the front door closes and latches. And the B-pillar is made of three pieces. So there's the outer piece, and then there's this front face here, and then the back side. And in the back part of it welds to the bulkhead, and then it makes comes out to the door seals. The door seals basically makes a channel. The door seal is just a rectangular profile foam that sets in that channel, and the door is just pushing against it. So the hinges and the cargo door hinges go in a slot. So there's a bracket inside, and that cages a plate that's tapped for the bolts. So the hinge slides in, you put the bolts in, and then you can adjust it around before tightening them. If you keep watching the video, there's some detailed shots of this stuff from the inside. And this rectangular hole is for a semaphore. So what they are is a signal, so a turn signal. So they didn't have amber lights front and back like a modern vehicle. So what you had is a toggle switch on the dash pod. If you want to turn right, you flick it to the right, this would pop open, and there would be amber light on the end that would just kind of glow. It's quite common today to put a flashing light bulb in it. Makes it a little safer in traffic. The first thing I did to restore this was to media blast it, because I needed to drill these spot welds out, and I couldn't really see them well because of the rust and paint. Now, once the media blasted, started drilling those out, a bit of a pain to break them apart. Because they're in a channel, you can't get in between the two pieces of metal and pry them. So it was a bit of a work to get them to come apart without bending the edges of the seal channel. But finally, guys, to pop them apart. And the first section to rebuild the outer piece and get this curve on the bottom, because it was basically rotted off about there. Now that curve needs to be correct for everything to match up on the side of the truck, of course. And to get that, so luckily the overall shape of this is the same as the later splits. So I was able to take a pattern off my 64 and that I could use to get that curve, get a correct curve. So I know that I'll use this pattern for all the body to ensure it has the right curve. The only real difference between over the years in this shape is the belt line here, the shape of this. It's a little more pronounced in the barn doors, and it kind of changed a bit over the years. I don't think it was intentional. I think it was just the way they made their dies and stuff. It's quite common to use later doors on the barn door, and it's not enough difference to really show that much. So now with the pattern, I could go ahead and build this part. So this is 20 gauge. So all I did was took a piece of 20 gauge and I put the small lip on it on one side, and then a large lip on the other side, which would be enough that I could turn over the lip in the channel after. And then I started with a shrinker to shrink it. What I discovered quite quickly was because it's so narrow, it wouldn't fit in my shrinker. I couldn't shrink this narrow lip at all. I had to do that by hand. But I could get in and shrink most of the wide lip on the back side. So I started shrinking it, and then with that, the back side with the shrinker and the narrow side by hand. I was basically bending it, letting it buckle, and then tapping the buckles down, forcing the metal together. And after a while I got it so it would match my pattern. And then I was able to use the pattern to fit them together and then weld them, sure they were the right curve. So that piece wasn't too bad. This inner panel here, the one that points forward, I didn't actually take these two apart. There's a seam here that's spot welded, but there was no rust in that seam. The seams that get rust on them, you see they're bulged, and you'll see the rust around the edges. But these ones look really clean, and they're smooth. And what I found when I was taking apart seams that were like that is the metal was really good inside. It was really no issue. So I left that. But this inner piece was basically rotted off straight up, full of holes. So I made an angle and I trimmed out the bad metal, fitted the angle to it, and just welded that in. And then they get the bottom section. So this panel is one piece all the way down. So I built it down to here, and then made the bottom one separately so I can weld them. Actually, they're not welded yet. I'm going to tack them in place and then pull it off and finish welding them so I can ensure that this, because this is a bit springy, and to keep it perfect, I'll do it right where it's at. So this bottom panel comes down, has a lip that spot welds to the end of the, where the inner rocker goes past. There's a lip there, spot welds into that. And then it'll spot weld to the bulkhead up this curved piece. And then there'll be spot welds on the outer section along here. And I think I have to put a hole in here for where the dog leg drains down, but I'm not sure when they added that. If they had that hole in the 54 or not. I believe it's there, but I have to try and find some photos and see if that's supposed to be there. That is all the progress I made for this episode. Something like this takes a lot longer than one would think. There's a lot of little details to take care of. It's also been quite cold in the shop. It's actually right now it is 0 degrees Celsius in here. There is heat, but it's wood-fired hot water, and so it's no point trying to heat it up in the evening, because the time it gets warm, it's time to go home. So on the weekend it's good, but on the evenings it's not worth it. I don't mind it being a little cold. Well, that about covers this episode. Keep watching for some video of doing the work on this, and also some video of the details, especially the internals. Next episode, I think I'm going to get this on the rotisserie. I have the material to build the rotisserie, so I think I'll get that built, get it on, so I can finish the bottom off. I'd like to get that done. Thanks for the comments, and thanks for watching.